What's up, boys and girls, people of all ages? Welcome to my introduction to Premiere Pro. Now, for those of you watching and wondering, what is Premiere Pro? Premiere Pro is an online app that allows you to take any recorded video files you have and turn them into, say, like a mini movie, a YouTube video, or something else through the form of video watching. Now, to get us started, we need to open a project page to edit said videos in. And for that, we first need to come up here and click the new project button. Next, we go down to the bottom right corner of this page and click the create button here. And what that will do is it'll create an empty project page that we can use to start editing our files in. But before we do that, some of you may want to decide beforehand where to save said files instead of worrying about it later. For that, we simply go to project location and click this tab. And from there, you will see choose location, and then you simply click on the location you want to save your files in. Once you've done that, then we go back down here to get started. At first glance, you may feel a bit overwhelmed with what everything does, what these buttons do, etc. I feel ya, but once you play around with Premiere Pro for a few hours, you begin to get used to what things do and how it works. But to get us started, we need to drag our files into the bottom left corner into this box here. We go onto our folder and we simply drag the files that we want to work on within this project. Now that we have all the files in that we need, you may want to create folders to keep everything more organized and to avoid having to go through a massive list to find something in particular you need. For that, we simply go down where my cursor is to the new bin and create folders that we can use to insert our media files in. Now that all of our files are in the folders that we need them in, we can start inserting them into the timeline section here. I'll be back in just a moment once I've finished aligning everything up. And welcome back. As you can see, I have finished importing all the files into the editing tab, and we are now ready to get started. Before I do, the files I have here to use as examples to do editing on, they are not for any project I have technically in particular. They are just things I've cobbled together for the purpose of demonstrating the basics and what you can do in Premiere Pro. Let me share with you all my master skills. Greetings, film directors and film people. My name is Daniel Busk, and I'm here to audition myself in the greatest movie of the century. Today, I shall be demonstrating some of my acting skills in a variety of different categories. Yeah, maybe I should become a film reviewerist. Doesn't really work the same if it's your own person reviewing yourself, is it though? Oh, phony, I am in the most predicament of questions as I look into your gaze. To tap or not to tap, that is the question. Millions of people use you every day, and yet those said millions are slaved away to look at your screen and your attractiveness as you blind our minds away from our responsibilities and things that we should be doing and try to fulfill a career in life. But yet we can't stop and look at you. While I'm demonstrating everything, a good thing to notice about this is that there will be a lot of cuts that will need to be made. Here we have the Dan, always in the element, always knows how to do things correctly. Am I wearing this right? Oh, that's better. Sinner yeeted that bag, that's for sure. And if I remember correctly, yep, now we're going to conclude this glorious scene. And that concludes my audition. I hope you all admired my audition-like presentation. I hope I get on the short list. Okay, that should be it. Wait. Okay, you promised to cut this section out afterwards. Why is it still rolling?
Good.
Oh,
Let's
no.
do it.
Nope. Get rid of. Nope. Okay, nothing was ever there. And if your eyes tell you otherwise, then they're lying. So these are the files that I'm going to be working with and demonstrating what the different tools down here do. And then when I'm done, I'm going to show you all how to save, and then that will wrap up today's video. Starting from the very top, we have the selection tool, which is generally nothing too complicated to explain, and it just simply allows you to move any files in the time-lapse tab to any other position you want. Next we have the razor tool,
One of my favourites and handy to have around.
Take it if I want to have this section removed, which is just excess space. I don't want the directors to see this wasn't all done at once, and I can just go right here, position where I want, and click here, click there, and then this video file becomes two different sections, and then I can just go like this and just remove that, and I still have the main piece I want, and the excess piece is now gone. So now if I play it from say like here, you can see I'm no longer walking on screen and a bit of delay, but it cuts directly to Rubber Dan. I can also do the same thing, but even without the razor tool, where see like if I stop from here, that's just excess space again, and by positioning my cursor, the blue line here, where I want it, I hit Ctrl K, and you'll see that it's done the same thing just like with the razor tool. When you're doing stuff like this, a handy thing to remember is that if you right click on an empty space and click Rip or Delete, the only button you can, it'll just automatically line up so you don't have to worry about faffing about with the selection tool as well. Next we have the rectangle tool, alongside the ellipse tool and the polygon tool. The shapes allow you to make said shapes to any size or angle you want. To be more creative though, we have the effects control panel for that. Within here you'll find colour and a variety of different editing controls. Example, opacity changes how much you see for the shape and whether you want parts tucked away from view. Scale is the same as size, and position determines where a shape is placed or moves to after so long. To add some colour to our shape, click on the arrow next to the name of our shape. In here you'll find the controls to the colour. Fill changes the general colour, stroke does a very fine line of colour on the outskirts, and shadow creates a Z on the shape in any direction with any colour. It's also one of my favourites to play with. If I try to explain it all, it would be too much to take in at once, so I'll let you all explore the rest at your own pace. The pen tool above shapes is quite similar, except you can make anything you want. Say if you want to make whatever this is I'm making, or the mouth and eyes of a smile emoji. And at the bottom we have the type tool. All the settings you will find on shapes will also be present within this tool as well. In addition, because it's text, features like bold, italic, justify, and text size will also be found here as well. In this box you'll see that the letters will come out much too big than necessary. We need to find the panel with the text size in it. The panel is located in the same spot here, just like with shapes. Here is where it's located, along with other recognizable features. Let's decrease the text and put something in this empty box. Something like... Perfect. Now let's add some colour in the mix. Cyan is one of my favourites, so let's go with that. Now with a little bit of magic, boom! Marvellous! This now concludes the basics on Premiere Pro. Before I wrap this up, you may wish to save your work at this point to avoid losing your progress, or if you wish to move your file to somewhere else. For that, go up to the File tab top left, then look for the Save icon to back up your current work, or go to Save As underneath and follow like normal to move your file's location. This concludes my video on the basics of Premiere Pro, and if you enjoyed, you may also like my next video on transition, audio and colour adjustments. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of whatever time of day it is.